Hi there and welcome back to another Papetti Math YouTube video tutorial, where I'm going to be teaching you, yes you, Algebra 1. And in this video, we're going to continue on with our square root and cube root functions, where in this video, we're going to look at our first cube root functions. It says, similar to square root functions, you may also encounter some cube root functions in algebra. You will notice one main difference between these two functions. Let's see what that is. In exercise number 6, it says to consider the parent function of a cube root graph, f of x is equal to the cube root of x. Graph the function on the grid provided. So go ahead in your calculator and type in the cube root of x. Now, depending on what kind of calculator you're using, is a different way to get to the cube root of x. I'll give you a minute to figure that out now. On a TI calculator, you would want to go to the math button, and in the math menu option, you should see a cube root sign. If you're using a Desmos type application, then there's ways to type in cube root there too. You could type in cube root. It will change it to a cube root. All right, so now that we have our cube root of x, we want to graph the points that are on that function. So you'll see that 0, 0 is there, and you'll see that 1, 1 is there. Then you'll see that 4, 2. Oh no, that's not right. You'll see that 1, 1 is there, yes. Then you'll see that 8, 2 is there. That's not 8, 2. That didn't look right. Okay, so we have 8, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. And that's all that's going to fit that way. But then you're going to see that we also have negative 1, negative 1. And then you're going to see that we have negative 8, negative 2. 6, 7, 8, negative 2. So when we graph a cube root function, it's going to look a little bit like this, where we have that curve of the square root function that we were used to, but now it goes off in the other direction as well. So this is what a cube root function looks like. And again, we have the point 0, 0 because the cube root of 0 is 0. And we have the point 1, 1 because the cube root of 1 is 1 because 1 times 1 times 1 is equal to 1. And then we have the point 2, 8 because the cube root of 8 is 2 because 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. But now you'll see that we have negative 1, and that's because negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. And likewise, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is going to give you negative 8. So we have both positive and negative numbers on our cube root graph. And we're going to get to that in just a moment. But for now, what's the domain? Well, your domain goes on forever in the left direction and on forever in the right direction. So your domain is all real numbers. Or you could say from negative infinity to infinity. What is the main difference between a square root graph and a cube root graph? Well, you are able to take the cube root or find the cube root of negative numbers. So where in a square root, you can't take the square root of a negative number. A cube root, you can take the square root of a negative number. So if this video is helpful in graphing your first cube root function, stating the domain, and seeing the main difference between cube root and square root functions, please give this video a thumbs up, and you're ready for your final exercise, exercise number 7. Thank you for watching.